I still remember my school days when I wasn't at the top of my class. I was never good at sports, and I was never anyone's favorite student. But still, whenever I entered the class, there was complete silence, and even the bullies had a scared look, as if they had seen a monster. And no, I'm not bragging that I was a bully in school, or that I had big muscles. It's all because everyone respected me, not out of kindness, but out of fear. Most people think that respect is given, but for me, respect is either earned or taken, and I decided to take it from every student and every teacher in the school. This is not your typical how-to video or some random ChatGPT crap. This is not a guide on how to bully others, nor is it some strategy. This is some real dark psychology and tactics that I used in my school life to make everyone bow before me. I have broken this into 4 easy chapters that you can learn in a week and use to control the whole school. I will also be showing you some incidents that I encountered in my own school life and how I used these tactics to rule over the other person. However, the real deal is the last chapter that I still use to this very day in my university to assert my dominance. Whenever I was in school or college, I noticed that everyone would laugh when someone cracked a joke, and they would answer quickly if a teacher asked them a question. In fact, I noticed that I was just like them, trying to fit in and laugh even when the jokes sounded stupid. That's when one day, I decided to do things completely differently. Whenever someone cracked a joke, I wouldn't laugh or even smile. When they said something funny, I didn't respond. This made them confused, and they wondered, did I say something wrong? Was I being too stupid? Is he looking down on me? The moment they start questioning their actions, you have gained 70% control over them. From that moment on, they will try their best to satisfy you, to make you laugh, but their overthinking will damage their own mind. Silence makes people twitch because they can't handle it. That's why they try to fill the air with more stupid statements. However, I started using silence as a weapon, which gave me control. I remember that one day, the teacher asked me a question. I stood up calmly and stayed silent. I stayed silent for 3 seconds, and everyone thought that I had no clue what was going on. Some of those jokers even started laughing, but after 3 seconds, I gave my answer. Everyone went on airplane mode, and even the teacher's mouth was left open. That's why you need to start using this from today. Whenever someone calls you, pause for a while and then speak. If someone is being stupid, stare into their soul to make them question their existence. Also, I need you to use a maximum of 15 words to answer any question. This will make you even more mysterious when you leave gaps for the other person. Believe me, at first, you will think this is weird, but once you try it, you will realize that you don't need to be the loudest in the room. Your classmates will second guess their jokes, they will lower their voices, and they will need to look at each other before talking to you, as if they are bowing for permission. Every time someone walks into a room, they try to cover their flaws, but you should walk in as if you are looking for their cracks. Watch closely what they say and how they react. Who always defends themselves after they are teased? Who is looking for approval after cracking a joke? Who talks over others, loudly, and fakes confidence? Just observe. You don't need to react instantly. You strike when nobody is around. Just you, the other person, and their dark truth. Also, you don't need to over-explain anything. Just say a one-liner like, "You are acting too hard to impress others," or "You laugh too much for someone who's insecure." After that, walk away and be silent. I can guarantee that they will think all night about what you said. Next time you meet that person in a gathering, they won't be the same. He will look at you and instantly change his eye contact just to avoid you. You have asserted your dominance, and they will be quieter when you're around. People can call it bullying, but I call it being weak. You can use the same tactic for your teachers. I remember that my math teacher had an affair with one of the teachers from the staff, and one day I caught them red-handed. The female teacher didn't see me, but the math teacher did. After that, he confronted me in rage and tried to exert dominance by saying that he would get me expelled, but I stayed silent and smiled. I replied that I don't care about being expelled, but I will make sure that everyone gets to know your disgusting intentions. The moment I said this, he let go of my collar and sweat popped out of his forehead. From that moment on, he never made eye contact with me and always supported me. This is the power of exploiting their weaknesses. But you haven't become the king of the high school just yet. First, you need to get close to him. Every class has a loudmouth. Everyone laughs with him. Everyone listens to this guy. Nobody hates him, and I had the same brat in my class. Instead of hating him, I started studying him. I even praised him a couple of times so that I could get into his circle. He started trusting me, but I was already planting some seeds. Whenever he was late, I would talk to his friends and tell them about his strange patterns, like the jokes he copied from others, or the information he just saw on an Instagram reel. I didn't insult him, nor did I compare myself, and people started noticing these things too. This guy was the center of attention, but I just told his flaws to 2 of his close friends. They told 5 others, and in just a week, everybody was laughing at him, not with him. He was repeating the same old lame jokes, but he started forcing them, which made him look even worse. By the end of the year, he was a nobody, and I was the new center of attention because I was calm, mysterious, and not a loudmouth. So, start using this now. Compliment someone who tries to be a people pleaser. Don't be jealous, don't be harsh, just criticize them softly. Although this is a very dark tactic, it can be dangerous for you, since not everyone takes criticism lightly. So, beware before making any move. By this time, you already know 90% of the tactics to make you a high school king, but there's still 10% that most people neglect, and they end up becoming background noise once again. So, make sure to watch the last part very carefully. People expect you to do 2 things, either follow them or rebel. Well, you don't need to do either. You don't need to follow the rules, nor break them. You just need to play dumb. There's a topper in your class, right? He always gets good marks, acing every paper, every quiz, and every presentation. Then there are those called the backbenchers. They don't study, they don't care, and they are dumb as hell. Now, what you need to do is be the topper while acting like a backbencher. If you have a quiz tomorrow, but it doesn't count much, prepare it well, but leave some mistakes in it. You act average, and everyone thinks that you really are an average student. You know the answer to the question, but you don't give it. You doodle in class. But when it comes to the exams, when it matters the most, you strike clean, with precision and accuracy. I remember back when I was in college, I had a friend who would always get lower marks than me. I would be in the top 5, and he would be in the bottom 5. Fast forward to the final year exams, he kicked my butt in the finals and scored even more than me. He was acting dumb while playing everyone else. That's what you need to do. Be the friend who says, I didn't study, but still aces the exam. Study when it matters the most, because this way, people will think that you are even smarter than the rest of the class toppers, who always study, yet don't even come close to you. They will come to you for tips, tricks, and even ask for your help. Teachers also like students who don't brag, show off, and just land the finishing blow with their results. That's how you make everyone bow before you.